So now that you have an understanding of blocks and regions, let's learn how to manage them. So make sure you are logged in to your Drupal site and then go to structure and then block layout. And then here you can see all of the available regions and their blocks. So you can see that the Bartek theme has a lot of footer regions. Now, trying to figure out all of the available regions from this page is pretty difficult because it's hard to visually see, okay, where is this header region? But if you click on this demonstrate block regions, you will be able to see all of the regions using the actual front-end theme. And then here you can see that Bartek has these 3 featured bottom regions, which I just recently discovered because I've never really used those regions. And then you can see that, yeah, it's got 4 footer regions right down at the bottom and a long 5th one. And then if we scroll all the way to the top, you can see that there's a secondary menu, header, primary menu, highlighted, featured top, breadcrumb, sidebar first, sidebar second, and of course the content region, which is the main region. So let's jump out of that. Now let's add a block to a region. Now to do that, just scroll down to a region. So I'll scroll down to sidebar first and then click on place block. And then here you can see all of the available blocks. And you can even filter by block name. So if I want to search for tabs, I can do so. But let's add in the powered by Drupal. So click on place block. And then here you can display the title just by checking display title. But let's just keep this as it is. And then if you scroll down, just make sure that sidebar first is selected from the region dropdown and then click on save block. That's pretty much it. And then if you want, just reorder powered by Drupal, which is the block that we added, to the top, and then scroll down and click on save blocks. Now, one thing I should mention, especially for people who have used Drupal 7. In Drupal 7, you could only ever add a block to a region once. Now, that was a limitation of Drupal 7. Now in Drupal 8, you can add the same block into multiple regions. So that's a big difference between Drupal 7 and Drupal 8. Okay, now that we have added our powered by Drupal to the sidebar first region, let's open up another tab and go to our homepage, and we can see our powered by Drupal, which looks amazing. It's a simple block that's there to promote Drupal. Now, if you want to change the configuration of this block, or if you want to go back to the configure block form, well, you can do so just by clicking on this contextual link and then clicking on configure block. And this takes you directly to the configure block form. And then let's just check display title and then click on save block. And now we have the block title visible. Now, just a note, these links will only appear if you have contextual links module installed. And you can do that on pretty much any type of block. So here you can even go directly and edit the menu for this tools block as well. Let's go back to block layout. And another thing I should also mention, let's go down to our powered by Drupal. Now, if you click on the down arrow, you have the option to disable the block. So let's just do that. Now, if we scroll back down to sidebar first, this will leave the block in place, but it will simply disable it. So it won't be visible on the front end. And then if you want, you can re-enable it just by clicking re-enable. And this is useful if you just want to temporarily disable a block, but you can also fully remove the block. So click on the down arrow and then click on remove, and that totally removes it from the region. And then if you want to add it back in, well, you'll have to click on place block and then add it in manually again.